Hey, what's up, team? How you doing? This is William E. Banks. Don't mind my hair, don't mind the look. I'm a little tired right now, but I'm cutting this video due to the fact that I've noticed that the devil is trying everything in his power to stop me from training you guys to get to this next level. Now, whether the next level is to allow you to bring in a person, your first person, or bring in your 10th person, I don't know, but I know for a fact that he has definitely been trying the past few days to stop this third lesson in this quick seminar that I'm doing on the things that I use on how I learned being in my 4 years of network marketing on how to bring people into business and expose my business. Now I know there's a little bit of background noise, so I'm gonna back up real quick, close this door a little bit. Hopefully it'll cut out some of that background noise. My frog friends are going a little crazy right now. But anyways, like I said, the devil's gonna do everything in his power, so don't mind the noise, just get the lesson. Go ahead and grab a pen and paper. I'm doing something a little different. I'm cutting you a video instead of actually doing a call. I cannot depend on you guys getting on the call. Not yet. It doesn't look like y'all are ready for that yet. There's a lot of disorganization in our group, and I want to fix that. So the best way for me to fix that is basically to cut a video, let you guys know these trainings. That way I know for a fact you can see my face, you see the trainings that I'm doing, and hopefully you'll take notes and learn from it. Or if you don't want to take notes, don't take notes. You can always refer to the video. So I'm just trying, like I said, I'm trying something different tonight. I think I'm gonna redo the first two trainings I did also on video and put it out there. So let's go ahead and get started. This is lesson 3. Today is June 6th, 2016. My name is William E. Banks, and I am the guest speaker for today. So, I love the attention. All right, so what this lesson right here is called mastering your language and the do's. Okay? Now, mastering the language and your do's. That is the topic of today. Now, just so we know a little bit about our leaders that have taught me. Now, Larry Christian, back when we was in 5 Links, and this is back in like 2012 here, the reason why he had people looking at him was because he brought 18 people in the business at the time, and mind you, it was a $600 package. He brought 18 people in 3 weeks. So that's huge. He sold a lot of money, in a sense, to get where he's at, and he's doing the same thing in vacation. Now let's look at Chad's numbers. Chad Thompson. Chad Thompson said that the way he overcame rejection was that he had talked to 125 people the first week, 241 the second week, and 344 on the third week. Now, if you total that up in 3 weeks, that's 710 people. I'm lying. I'm sorry. It was 3 months. It was per month. 125 a month, 241 a month, 344 a month. Total up 710 people in 3 months. And out of that 710, a good few signed up. That's what got Chad his name. Now, overcoming rejection is one of the biggest things to victory. You have to overcome rejection. You have to overcome that word no. I know it was hard for us as children, and it seems to still be hard for us as adults. But we have to overcome that word, and not think about it that way. Hold on a second, you guys. Let me try to see if I can cut this noise out. These things are going mad crazy, and I ain't really. That's a little bit better. All right. Now I hope you guys don't hear no echo as we proceed here. I'm gonna try to keep this as short as possible. All right. Mastering your language. Now, when you talk to people, you want to master your language. You want to know what you're telling them. You have to make sure you know where you're going. Okay? When I talk to people, I know exactly where I'm going with the conversation. If I don't know where I'm going, I'm listening to what you're saying. That's very important. Okay. Now, you say words like this. You use the right words. This is the language. All right. I don't want to talk your ear off. You know what I'm saying? I want to share this blessing with you. Most people are visual learners. 30 minutes can save you 40 hours a week for 40 years. All right? This is mastering your language when you're trying to approach a person about your business. You can use any one of these and it will work. Okay? Now, this is how you're going to be exposing people, okay? When you expose a person to the business, when we say you got to expose them, you always ask the right question. That's the first thing. So hopefully you guys are writing all this stuff down because it's very good information. Like I said, if you want to be a hardhead and not, you have the video. But I personally will write it down. That way most people are visual learners. So check it out. Write it down. All right. Never push your business. Okay, you're never going to push your business to a person. You want to ask the right questions. Okay, and I gave you a couple of them. I don't want to talk your ear off. I want to share this blessing with you. Things like that. Okay. Have you ever heard of residual income? That's a really good question to ask a person because most people don't even know what it is, especially if they're working a 9 to 5. They won't know what residual income is. So that's a really good question that will either get them to say yes, no, or I'm not sure. Okay. Now, this is a very good question that I use personally. Do you agree that everyone pays bills? It's a simple question, and everybody pays bills. I mean, you pay bills when you die. So, I mean, everybody pays it. So you can definitely go ahead and ask that question. I will put a star by that one because that's usually one of my first ones if I don't think it's something clever to use. So you can go ahead and use that. Does it also make sense to earn a check when you pay them? Now listen to that carefully. Does it also make sense for you to earn a check when you pay them? See, so if you write a check, don't you think it makes sense for you to earn one? Some of these questions, when I wrote them down back in the day, I never thought I'd be using them, but I use them all the time, and they work just fine. You just have to know yourself and be yourself when you're asking these questions. If you ask it off of reading it off a piece of paper, you're not going to get the person's attention. It has to be you. Okay? Now, can I show you how? That's a very good question. Can I show you how you can make money? Can I? Because it's a commanding question. Okay? So that's a very good one. What would you do if you worked for 10 years and had no money in your bank account? That's a very good question. I'm going to ask you again. What would you do if you worked for 10 years and had no money in your bank account? What would you do? That's an emergency situation, you guys, personally. People will not care about your business unless you act like you care about them. So that goes back to the original saying where basically you got to show and make that person feel as if you care about them when you're in conversation with them. You don't want to, all right, you know how you go to one of these restaurants here, whatever, drive-thrus. And you know how you get people that you could just tell it's just a job. Like, I'm ready to go home right now. Fuck that. I don't want to work here. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? The thing is that that's all it is to them. There's nothing else to it. They just think it's a job, so they don't care. So the smart thing for you to do when you're approaching your people is to act like you care. Do the exact opposite. Hey, how you doing? Do you know that same person at the drive-thru? You acted like you cared. That would change their whole demeanor on how they work. You could be like, hey, I appreciate you doing this. Blah, blah, blah. God bless you. Have a great day. Bye. All of that stuff is the same thing. You know what I'm saying? You got to want to try to show them that you actually care about them. Now, the next part is you have to become the expert. Okay? Now, this is very crucial for your business here because a lot of people are going to be asking you these questions and you need to know the answers to them. Okay? So now the first question you're going to ask here is, or the first person that when you're approaching people, especially in bars, clubs, any kind of sitting environment, this question will be asked: is this a scam? All right. And then all of a sudden, most network marketers getting their feelings and they be like, oh, no, it's not a scam, blah, blah, blah. I can show you this on the Better Business Bureau. Now, that's cool and all, but that's still not going to satisfy that person. You know what I'm saying? So you have to kind of say something clever in the sense back. So what I would say is, no, to me, a scam is working your whole life and living check to check. That's a scam. If you work your whole life and live check to check, to me, that's a scam. So that's my answer, the clever answer. Not, oh, I got the Better Business Bureau. Or, no, you can look it up on the Better Business Bureau, blah, 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 blah. You don't need to say all that. Use the clever answer, because that closes the door on any more questions about that. Okay? Now, here's another one. How do you benefit if I come into the business? How do you benefit if I came into the business? How can you benefit if you came into the business and nobody was satisfied? And when they mean satisfied, that means satisfied as far as getting paid. They're just in the business and they're not getting paid. They're just floating. Well, the answer to that is, this is where these trainings come in, and you have to start plugging in, is what we usually say. You have to plug in. You have to plug into the team calls. You have to make sure that your voice is known. You know what I'm saying? We're network marketers. We shouldn't be scared to talk to each other. You know what I'm saying? My phone ain't ringing yet. I don't know what's going on with you guys. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to do all I can to get you guys moving. But that's something you definitely want to think about, is something like that. You know, you want to make sure that you're plugging in with your team. You're getting a hold of them. You're talking with them. You're helping them every step of the way. They're seeing these videos. They're learning off of these videos. They're making their list of 100 names and numbers, things like that. That's how you help that person be successful, instead of being unsuccessful in the business where they're not making any money or they're not doing anything. Everybody has their own niche in network marketing, and every network marketing company. Some people can book travel. Some people can sit there and bring people into business. You know, so it really depends on the person, but you have to find out what it is and then nurture it. You know, all right. How much money have you made? Now, personally, that's a very good question. A lot of people ask that question, and I just say I make enough that I know I'm good. You know, you really never should give your amount, your total dollar amount, or to anybody on what you make in life, period. And then also, just so you know, it is against the rules of network marketing. You cannot expose how much money you make to people. So you can expose like I'll show you how many times the timestamp, like the month, date, whatever, but I won't show you the check. So you can do things like that, but you cannot actually show your money. They don't allow it, and they'll automatically terminate you in whatever company you're in. All companies are the same with that. All right. So I always tell them my net worth is heavy, or something crazy, whatever. You know what I mean? Let's go to the next page here. Okay, now this is a terminology that we use in network marketing. Now, OPE. Write this down. OPE. Other people's experience. Write it down. Other people's experience. OPE. Now, you have to understand that other people have their own experiences in life. They go through their own different trials and errors or whatever they deal with in life. You have to make sure that your experiences are appetizing to people, to where they're wanting to learn off of you, or want to be around you, or be down with your crew. You know what I'm saying? Is a way of recruiting people. OPE, other people's experience. So they're going to experience what you're experiencing. So if you're on Facebook and, you know, let's say you went to the lake to go fishing, take a real good picture of the lake. Take the hottest picture you think you can find and put yourself in the picture. People are going to be like, they're going to like it because they're relating to what you're doing. Same thing with your post. If you feel a certain way, write it down. A lot of people relate to exactly what you're talking about and what you're going through. You know what I mean? You might even get a response talking about, oh, I really appreciate that. That's just what I was thinking. You know what I'm saying? So you want to do things like that. Understand how people think. And that took me a while. It took me a couple of months to learn how people thought. And it's something that you just have to take your time and learn yourself. There's really no proper way to tell you how a person thinks. You know, it's just time and repetition. You know what I'm saying? That's how I learned. Now, knowing how people think is a very good thing, because that's something that I know and I use every day. Rich, poor, family, man, woman, you know, a hard worker, they're all different attitudes and all different types of people. And you have to, once you master and know how people think, you know exactly where you want to take your conversation. If anybody that is reading this or watching this have talked with me before, I dominate conversations. It's very hard for me to, I'll talk over a person to dominate a conversation. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me personally. That's just me personally on how I am. You know what I'm saying? And I use that to my fullest ability, especially to dominate conversations. Now, not to say that sometimes I don't sit there and just listen, because you have to listen to know what to tell people. But dominating conversation is something that I can do very well. And that's over learning when I was in other companies on how to sell to people. I learned how you have to dominate conversation to sell to people and things like that. You have to get them to want what you are giving them. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's a good thing to learn. All right. Now, let's start with poor people. Okay. Poor people spend their money and invest what's left. That's the truth. Most poor people will spend their money and invest what's left. So if for instance, tax time, if they got $10,000, they're going to want to invest $50 out of that $10,000 and spend the rest of it. Perfect example. Everybody that is watching this knows somebody that does that or has done that. Matter of fact, we're not far past from tax season. Think about it. You know somebody that has done that. It's a proven fact. Now, rich people invest their money and spend what's left. Big difference. Total 360. Total 360. Okay. The smart person is going to invest the bulk of their money into something, and then spend the bull crap, you know, the chump change, your per diem, as I call it, or whatever, you know, the small amount of money. They'll spend that, but they'll invest the big amount of money. Why? Because they know they will flip. Now the poor person knows they will flip too, but they love playing with nickels and dimes. So I got away from that a long time ago. I'm going after big money. Feel me? So I flipped it. You know what I mean? I ain't saying I'm rich, but I know what I'm doing. I'll be there real soon. You know what I'm saying? Now, top producers always educate and keep it real. And that's the truth. Top producers always educate and keep it real. I am not a top producer, but I'm well on my way. I'm working towards that. Okay? I have multiple things I'm doing right now, multitasking, but, you know, at the end of the day, I'm worth a lot of money. That's how I look at myself. I don't know about the next person, but me, I'm worth a lot of money. Heard? Now I'm going to give you some online marketing tips. Okay? Now, I want you to remember something I'm just going to throw in there before I get into this next section here. But 97%, and I want you to remember this, 97% of our business is the follow-up. 97%. This is probably the hugest thing I'm going to tell you tonight on this video. 97% of our business is the follow-up. Talking to the person and getting their phone numbers is the one thing, right? Then you want to send them the video, but the follow-up is the hardest part, because that's right before the three-way call. Feel me? So that's huge. That's huge. Now, psychology of production is the next topic, so write that down. Psychology of production. All right. Now, we're rolling into 20 minutes. I'm only going to try to keep this for 30 minutes, all right? And I'm about to edit this video. All right. Prospecting is simple, but it is not easy. You need the language. If you had the language, prospecting would be easy. If you had the language and knew the language, it would be easy because it's just a straight conversation. See what I'm saying? Now, language, numbers, system, follow-up. You listen to these orders. Language, numbers, system, follow-up. Please write that down. You got to be, number one, you got to be confident when you're speaking. Confident when you're speaking. You got to get 3 to 10 contracts a day. Now, when I say contracts, of course, that's an exchange of paper. You exchange your phone number for their phone number. You understand? That's a contract. You're giving something to get something. Okay? You make it. You get like a phone number or something. Okay? Email. I don't care, but it's an exchange. It's some type of contract. Get them to write it in their handwriting. All right? Now, you want to give yourself a day where you're going to call these people back after you've put them on a three-way call or it hasn't made it to a three-way call. You want to write their name and number down on your list. Then after you do that, you want to sit there and turn around now and put them on a 30-day follow-up list. Okay? Now, set certain days for you to follow up. Set certain days for you to expose. Set certain days for you to expose and peak. And then when you're following up, use leverage. Facebook, the CLL logo, things like that. You want to make sure that you're using those things, okay? You want to set up some type of travel party within the next 30 days, in the next 3 to 30 days. And I want you guys to really write this stuff down here. Set up some type of meeting. I don't care if it's on Google Hangouts or if you're physically in front of the person and get them there and get me there. Okay? But I want you guys to write this stuff down right now. PBR, right? In 30 days, or travel party, which is the same thing. Okay? It's just a private business reception, what PBR means. The first thing you want to do is reach out to family, close friends, friends of friends. All right? Then you want to go on Facebook and say, I'm having a grand opening in your business. Right? To everyone you know. Then they're going to hit you up, and then you're going to hit the follow. You're going to follow up with them, and then try to get them out to your meeting. Okay? Now, here's the next part, and this part is going to be, oh no, this is tomorrow. All right, you guys. Yeah, this is going to be tomorrow's. So, yeah, you got 2 more. Dang. Oof. I got a lot left for you guys. But listen, man. Oh, wow. Yeah. All right, so let me set this up for tomorrow here. But you guys, I want you guys to have a great night. Hopefully you can get something out of this quick training, this little 20-minute training we did tonight. Tomorrow I'm gonna be teaching you guys about edification and duplication. Okay, and then we're gonna go from there. Okay, so I want everybody to have a great night. This is William Ebanks signing off. Peace.